A new book is celebrating Indigenous heroes from the past right up to present day and carrying with it a message to young readers that they matter. It's called Go Show the World. Wab Kinew is the author, also happens to be the current leader of the NDP in Manitoba, and we're thrilled to have you in our studios this morning. Welcome.
Thanks so much for having me.
Also a former colleague, so interesting to be in the studio together.
That's right.
The book is beautiful, and I understand the inspiration came from Kanon and Barack Obama. Tell me that story.
Yeah, well, one of the things I love to do is read to my kids at night, and one of the books that we read when my boys were a little bit younger was Barack Obama's children's book of Thee I Sing. And in that book, he's highlighting all these different American heroes, but in a way that kind of puts it on the kids, and like the spirit of these people lives within you, and so you can go out and do great things. So I really like that spirit. And then Kanon, Canadian rapper, he has this song where he's shouting out like Mandela and Gandhi and his own heroes in a rhyme form. So I kind of put the two things together and ended up with this book, which is told in a rhyme form, highlighting different Indigenous heroes in a way that kids from all backgrounds could understand. So not just Indigenous kids, though that is important to me, but kids from all backgrounds hopefully can find some inspiration and some hope from learning about these stories.
What I love is it's not just, I mean, Carey Price is in here. So it's not just famous people, though. It's people we may not have known of that have done really great things. And Jim Thorpe, one of those people, and his dad inspired this book.
That's right. So Jim Thorpe, you know, he played pro football, pro baseball. He won a couple Olympic gold medals, just an amazing athlete. But when he was a kid, he was taken away to boarding school, and he ran away several times, in fact, which is one of the ways they figured out that he was a good runner. But finally, his dad sat him down and told him, said, "Son, you have to go back to the boarding school. If you don't, they're going to take your younger siblings away, and they're not ready. So I want you to go, but I want you to go show the world what you can do." Right? And so we kind of like sent him on this mission. And to me, I thought that's an amazing message for a young person to hear. Not just that you matter, but because you matter, you can go out and achieve whatever you want in the world. And I think that that's a teaching that can apply to young people from any background.
And what I like about it is it's not just about being well known in the world for yourself, but it's about what you can do for other people as well.
That's right.
And you have some of those incredible heroes. You have John Harrington, Carey Price, Monique Horn-Miller. You featured a woman who literally carried her culture on her back. I love this story.
That's right.
Tell us her story.
Well, during the Trail of Tears, many Indigenous nations were being relocated to Oklahoma from all around the U.S. And so this woman, she's a Ponca woman by the name of Tewauze, she was told she could only bring what she could carry on her person. So what did she carry with her on the Trail of Tears? She carried the rocks from her sweat lodge, and she marched hundreds of miles carrying those rocks on her back just so she'd be able to continue her culture and allow her kids the opportunity to be proud of who they were. And so when I heard that story, I thought that was amazing. I don't know if it's been shared many times before in print. I certainly heard about it through the oral tradition, but that was a story that I thought might inspire some young people to just think, wow, the people who came before us sacrificed so much to give us the opportunities to go to school, to work, to achieve our own dreams. Why don't we go show the world what we can do with those opportunities?
I can't let you go without asking about the art, because the color and the pictures in this book are just mesmerizing. And you were even showing to me that even in the background, there's Indigenous art that's been woven into some of the scenes.
Well, the illustrator did an amazing job. His name's Joe Morse. And basically what drew me to his style is the way he does people's faces. Like there's so much spirit and character and excitement in the people's faces, and that was important to me because I know kids, like, they're drawn to looking at the faces of people, right? And so throughout this book, he brings these characters to life, and it also rewards, I think, repeat viewing, because he has all these different details in the background that, like, if you look at it a second and third time, you start to notice these different depths to the artwork that's been created.
So, Wab, my one question was, when I was looking through this book, is where are you in this book? Journalist, author, politician. Yeah, I know, but you know, your story, I imagine, will be very inspiring to people as well.
Well, I feel like I've been given a ton of opportunity that I'm very grateful for, and I just want to go out and show the world what I can do with these opportunities. And I think right now that means sharing some of these highlights of people who've inspired me over the years.
You and I are both parents, and it's important when you're parenting, you're looking at, you know, inspirational people for your kids to look to. You have two boys who are able to read at this point or to understand the book, along with a newborn. What do they think of these stories?
Well, my 10-year-old, he read it himself for the first time once we got the book in hand, and he told me that it was inspiring. And to me, that's the best review that I've gotten so far, especially considering boys at that age usually think their dads are the subject of ridicule or something to make fun of. So.
I'm sure you get a bit of that as well.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm good to have you here in studio.
Thank you so much.
It is a beautiful book. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.